Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan 2023 is here, and I think for this year, I really want to be intentional and I don't want to allow Ramadan to go on autopilot because I know that this has happened to me a lot. Like, whenever Ramadan comes, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's 30 days. Like, I'm already used to it. I'll fast for 30 days, I'll pray for 30 days, but I'm not really intentional about it. And this year is going to be different. So, I want to share some things that I think are really important that will help you prepare for it. Number one is to read more about Ramadan, go online, get some books if you have books, and just read more about Ramadan. Read more about the benefits you get from actually fasting. Read more about the requirements, what you are required to do, what can spoil your fast. No matter how much you think you have the knowledge, I think it's really important to refresh your memory because if you understand this thing when you are in the process of fasting, you know the benefits, so you are more glad to do it and you are more happy to do it instead of just doing it just because you know that okay, I'm a Muslim and I fast 30 days. I'm going to leave some links in the description to some of the websites I found that actually talked about things like this. So just take a few minutes and actually read them just to prepare your mind and make you excited when you see all the benefits you can actually get from this beautiful month. Next tip is to set goals, but set realistic goals for Ramadan. You have 30 days in Ramadan or 29. What do you want to achieve during this month? And I think when you've done the first step of actually trying to learn more and know more about your faith and what you're supposed to do, you will have some ideas of the things you want to achieve for the month. So, then do you want to finish reading the Quran? Do you want to read it 5 times? Do you want to read it twice? Or reading the transliteration if you know that you are not very fluent in reading the Quran properly, or your goal for the next 30 days is to dress modestly, use the scarf properly for the next 30 days. Just set a realistic goal. Although it's not really a good advice to say do something then stop after Ramadan because a lot of people like during Ramadan they do certain things and after Ramadan they stop doing those things, which is not so good, but it is also not enough reason. If you say people should not do it, they need those stuff, that's going to discourage a lot of people from actually trying to change or trying to do something. So even if you feel like after Ramadan you're going to stop doing whatever it is, just do it during the month of Ramadan and you never know what will actually happen after the month of Ramadan. So just do it. Don't feel bad because people are going to judge you if you stop after. Just do whatever you have to do, and people will say whatever they want to say. At the end of the day, it's between you and Allah. The next tip is to plan very well for Ramadan, especially if you have other things you are doing. If you are working, you have a business, you are schooling, especially if you are schooling, plan very well for Ramadan. Few days to Ramadan, you should have the calendar that represent the days of Ramadan and look at the things that you know that are going on in other areas of your life that fall within that period. I'm going to have a picture of the calendar that I made for Ramadan. So get ready to screenshot it and fix the things you have in your normal life that fall within this period and start planning for it for now. Like me now, I know that my exam falls during this period. So I'm already looking at that week. My focus will definitely be divided. I'm not going to have full focus on everything. So that way you already start planning on how you're going to make up for whatever you miss. Maybe in the earlier days you try to do more because you know later on you won't have so much time. Or during the earlier days you have so many things to do. So you won't do as much as you would like. But later on you will actually put in the effort. For ladies also is also good to plan for period. You can look at the calendar and say, oh, this is when it's estimated for my period to come.
Someone like me now, my period is probably going to come during the last 10 days of Ramadan, which can be so annoying.
As part of planning for Ramadan is fasting. Trying to fast few days to the beginning of Ramadan. Like I fasted yesterday and it was so it was a lot. But I also fast not so regularly, but I've fasted after Ramadan. But I think the reason why yesterday's one was really bad is because I didn't have anything for sour. I just drank water. And I've done that normally, but I don't know why yesterday's one was just really tough and I was not as productive as I normally am. So I'm already trying to find a way to plan. Like I said, I have my exam coming up during that period. So I'm already trying to start studying when I'm fasting, even when it's not yet Ramadan, to start fasting so that I will know how my routine will be. Something else you can do to prepare for Ramadan is to get outfits, get abayas, jalabia, tesbih, primat, anything that will just make you excited and in the mood for it. It's not for everybody. Like I am not doing any shopping for now because but if you can, if you have the resources, you can do it. The only thing I'm going to try to get a black pro mat Why am I so specific about the color black? Should I show you? Let me show you why. So what I got that is making me excited about Ramadan and all that is this pink Quran. Let me see. It's so cute. I know you've probably seen it. It has different colors, but I got the pink one. It also comes with a pink teddy and a pink scarf. So this just makes me excited to actually pick up this beauty and read. So if there's anything you've seen that you like that will just make you more excited to pray fast and all that, just get it. Just get it just to put you in the mood. So, of course, food is a very important part, but what are your health goals during the Ramadan period? There are a lot of people that will still go to the gym during Ramadan because they have certain goals, but your health goals should also determine the kind of food. What I'm actually trying to do is to plan. I'm not able to plan the food for the whole month. I want to do it week by week, so I'm going to talk to my mom and we're going to like make a timetable of this is what we're going to eat for sal for iftar, and it also helps me because I like having a plan for each day. So if I already know what I'm expected to make at home, it makes the day flow easy. So I can start planning earlier on what I'm going to cook for iftar for sahur. It's just going to remove the stress of you thinking, what am I going to eat today? What am I going to eat today? At the end of the day, you might not even get something meaningful or something that you really like because you really have no idea what to cook. So if you can set a timetable on a weekly basis, especially if you have a busy schedule with work and school and all that, then you should also try and buy in bulk if you can. If you can't really buy in bulk, like buy things that will last you a week or 2 weeks. Because I know I'm going to be in school, so sometimes I will definitely be in school when it's time to break. So I'm going to have a lot of data. Once I'm leaving the house in the morning, I'm taking data with me because I know that I'm going to break in school. And date is recommended by the prophet that should be the first thing you actually break your fast with. So just have an idea of everything you really need for this Ramadan and try to get it ahead of time. I think we should have in mind is to have charity in mind, especially if you're in Nigeria at this moment. Like everything is really tough right now. And the whole cash thing is even stressful right now. Then, if people that are average or are well to do to an extent can feel this much about the cash issue, just imagine what other people that don't even have a constant source of revenue or that don't even have a way of making money. How are they surviving with all this cash wallet? People that don't even have all this internet banking don't have access to this. So that you can make that a goal also for this Ramadan is to try and help as many people as you can. I know it's hard. Nowadays it's hard to even spend money. Whenever you have cash, you're always thinking we prefer to even do transfer now because cash is so scarce. You will not get cash anyway, so it's better to even make transfer so you have the cash. But just imagine what all those petty traders or all those people that don't even have, imagine how they are dealing. So if you can just try something as little as 100 naira can make someone's day because they don't have anything, especially those that are Muslims and are going to also be fasting this period. It can get really tough for them. So if you can just make it one of your goals to actually help people, no matter where you are in the world, just make it one of your goals to help other people. One else you can also do before Ramadan start is to write down your dua list, everything you want to ask God for during this month. And as you know, whatever you ask for will be granted for this month. So taking your time to write it down, I think is important because if you see you are always going to ask for it, yes, you may ask for it, but when life comes in and you are so busy, you are trying to, even though that's not how it's supposed to be, but you're trying to leave the prayer to actually go and start something else. You might not have enough time. But writing everything down is going to keep you grounded. And if it's somewhere on your phone or in a book where you are always with it, so anytime you're done praying, you pick it up and you actually read from it. I think this will help you be more consistent in your prayers. I'm going to leave a link to a list of prayers. So if you don't have time to actually write your own, a list of prayers that actually links to every aspect of your life that you can pick from. If you are too lazy or you don't have time to actually write your own. Something else that is also very important to do before the start of Ramadan is to repay your missed fast, especially for us ladies. Most times we are the one that miss fast most, or if you've been sick or anything, you've missed any fast. Try and repay your fast. But what happens if you miss 10 fasting, and now there's just 4 days left? I don't want to. What I'm going to say might be controversial, but I'm still going to say. But what should you do? I'm just talking from my own point of view. I don't even have any backing on this. But first of all, fast the remaining 4 days. Fast the 4 days you can. Now, it's a sin to intentionally not make up your missed fast. Yes, it is. But in a situation like that, there's really very few things you can do. And I think the best way to actually handle that is ask for forgiveness that you did not make up that fast. Also have the intention that any Ramadan you are going to miss this year, you are going to pay back. Immediately after Ramadan is done, a few months later, you're going to repay back. Have it in mind that you're never actually going to make that mistake again, or it's never going to happen again, because at the end of the day, Allah judges us by our intention. And just have a genuine repentance in your heart, because it's a sin. And sometimes you are requested to fast for like 60 days after, and that can just be discouraging to a lot of people that they might not even want to fast at all just because of that. So I just think you should just be intentional about making sure it doesn't happen again, and actually asking for forgiveness. And I think a lot of us sometimes actually lose track of how many fasts we missed. I know a lot of people do. So that's why you should also get that calendar. So when you get that calendar, if you're able to print it or on your phone, so sometimes you might forget the days you actually fast. So just try to have a tracker. Maybe you take that calendar, you print it, and you actually mark the days you fast. So at the end of Ramadan, you know how many days you do not fast, and you know how many fasts you actually need to repay back. Or you can just do it on your phone. Open your calendar app. Any days you miss. I'm sure there are even apps that do that. Things that we should all be careful as ladies is also not to spend so much time in the kitchen. Although we get reward, you get a lot of reward for cooking for people that have been fasting all days, or cooking for yourself. But also, especially during Sahur, don't get too carried away. You can just wake up earlier. That's what I'm going to do. Just try to wake up earlier so that before it's time to start cooking, you will have done some supplication, you'll have said, you'll have prayed a little bit. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Check out this video next time. Thanks so much. I'll see you later.